Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, it's Super Pirate Rumble Championship time, and in today's video, we're going to be doing some top 100 grinding with two particular teams that give you lots of extra drops. Now, obviously, I have a lot of the boosters, being the new Pirate Festival rare recruits in Bizarro, Sanjuan Wolf, and then Esper. They're giving 6 drops each. But we are doing top 100 shenaniganry, so sometimes we might have to pivot and move away from one booster and bring Blackbeard. He's an absolute menace. He tears through the meta, so that's the team that I'm going to be using if I find some higher-end teams. Obviously, there's going to be some stuff that I'm avoiding, but looking at teams like this one, we are going to be bringing Blackbeard. Now, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Super Pirate Rumble is actually really, really fun for me. You have to find like a nice balance of building a team that gives you a lot of extra drops, as well as building a team that can cut it within the meta for the in-game ranking as well. Because if you're going top 100, top 500, you're still going to come up against some pretty nasty teams. But look, that's why the auto button reigns supreme. You can basically farm up a team that you know you can beat comfortably with your highest boosted, and that way you can get not only good rewards in-game, but good rewards in the ranking system for Super Pirate Rumble. Now, this team that you see right here utilizing Blackbeard, I did have to take off Blue Gem. All PvP units are 1 drop, whether it's a legend, whether it's a rare recruit, they're going to give you an extra point for the Super Pirate ranking over on the website. Now, Shanks, Giants are giving 2 extra drops. I don't have Garp or the Sword Donnies. They're going to give 2 extra points as well. And then Kobe, the Treasure Map Legend, when he comes out, he should also give 2 extra drops. So if you're utilizing those characters, you can get more points. But again, you do need to try and build a team that synergizes well with itself, as well as being able to take down some of these teams. So utilizing Bizarro and Sanjuan Wolf, we do want to try and bring a bunch of Driven, Powerhouse, and or Free Spirit characters. Now, with Bizarro and Wolf himself, you've already got 2 powerhouse characters there, so you're already satisfying two units for their conditions. You need 6 of them. Esper, he's giving us 6 drops as well, so we do want to bring him. He's another powerhouse character, which works great. You can throw him on the bench. You're not going to be getting the most effectiveness out of him because you are running an int character. You can drop Blackbeard, you can drop S-Hawk if you want to, but look, unless you're running shooters, Esper's not really going to work that well. So just pushing him towards the back and having him maybe come in later for a bit of damage can be the most effectiveness you're going to get out of him. As for the rest of the characters that I am bringing for these units, I am bringing Pell and then obviously Blackbeard. Now, Blackbeard is a driven powerhouse, so he's satisfying both conditions for Sanjuan Wolf. However, he's still satisfying the powerhouse condition for Pizarro. Now, if I wasn't bringing Blackbeard, as you guys saw on the other team, I am bringing Blue Gem. He's basically the same typing as Blackbeard, and he's basically a straight swap. But Pell and his level limit break is absolutely disgusting. He's a must bring nowadays, especially because he buffs Dex, being Pizarro and Sanjuan Wolf, but he also buffs Powerhouse, which is, again, Pizarro and Sanjuan Wolf. So that works out great. As to the other 2 drops, you have Shanks and the Giants. I did want to include them somewhere, and they buff slashes, so what better unit to bring than S-Hawk? S-Hawk's an absolute demon. He's just fantastic. He's basically like a mini-strength Luffy, who's basically the best PvP unit in the game, besides obviously Blackbeard himself, which is very, very good. So having him on the team, and then having Giants and Shanks buffing S-Hawk just provides you with so much extra damage. On top of that, S-Hawk is buffing Int, which works great when he is partnered up with Shanks and Blackbeard, but he's also a driven character, so he's satisfying the Sanjuan Wolf requirements. The Giants are a Free Spirit unit, so they're satisfying the last component for Pizarro. And with all that, we have 6 powerhouse, or 6 powerhouse slash Free Spirit, or 6 driven slash powerhouse units for Sanjuan Wolf. So it all works out pretty hunky-dory here, and the team kind of functions very wonkily, but works quite well against a lot of different teams. And that's just purely built down to the power of these 2 new PvP units. I honestly cannot think of a PvP unit that Bandai's released that has been bad over the last sort of 6 months. Like, you could probably go back to Int Chopper, who was like sort of mediocre, but like still sees very, very good play either on the bench or in the front lines of an Int Cerebral team. You could probably maybe look at Hatchan, because he doesn't see that much play, but even still, like, he's a very good unit in his own regard. I feel like that quick unit, that quick team is just not really taking off, but if you do use it up against strength, like, it definitely takes off there. So it's been a while since Bandai released a really bad PvP character, and these 2 units, a lot of people looked at them and like kind of wrote them off early, and I'll be one of the first to say that I looked at Bizarro's kit and was kind of like, yeah, he seems kind of ass, but on a 25-second cooldown for what he does, and you partner him up with Sanjuan Wolf, man, the two of them together are just absolutely crazy, and they're definitely sleeper characters that no one really expected to just dominate the meta, especially when you partner them up with their leader Blackbeard. Like that trio just goes so ridiculously hard. As for the slasher comps, obviously we have Shanks, Giants, and S-Hawk. I was trying to do some stuff with Pell in the front over the Giants, but I was finding that my S-Hawk was lacking a lot of attack, and S-Hawk is basically the damage on this team. Now, you do have great countering capabilities with Wolf, and obviously you do have good damage with the Giants, but if you were to replace, say, the Giants with Pell in the front lines to give more of a powerhouse buff to Bizarro and Wolf, you're then losing a lot of attack for something like S-Hawk, and S-Hawk's still a driven character, so he's still getting a lot of buffs from Wolf, and he's getting buffs from Shanks being an int slasher, which works great, but I just found it just working way nicer with the Giants in the front, with Shanks in the front, and then having Pell ready to go if something hits the fan. Now, this particular Dex team that I went up against, I probably won't take on again. Well, at least I won't take it on with this team. If I go in with Blackbeard, I believe I can just sort of mollywop it. But it got me down to the wire and had me sweating with an absolute very nuisancey style of stall out. Healing, special reverse, the very annoying ability that Otama has to confuse, and then like all the shenanigans with the revive with Luffy. Like, it was just very, very frustrating to deal with. And honestly, I literally just got the win. I almost got counted out, and I was just very, 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 very sweaty when it got to that particular point. So, as I was saying, all these teams will be in the top 100. I don't know if I'll rank top 100. Right now, I'm sitting comfortably around 25th, but like, I'm not going to hold that. I've just been grinding pretty hard since the release of the season, but we'll see how we go. Top 500 will be the aim, but if we could sort of sneak into top 100, that would be nice. But I know this stuff gets real sweaty really fast, and obviously I've got a lot of other live stuff that I'm prioritizing at the moment. But this team is kind of tearing through a lot of lineups. Things to avoid are stuff like Wano Law, some weird, funky strength teams with Luffy, Nami, Karina, and Tesoro have been running around and have been pretty annoying. And then obviously the Blackbeard himself can just cause absolute havoc. So you do need to be careful of those characters if you are running something like this particular team. But what alliances like to do in the top 100 is they like to put up teams like this where they just throw on a bunch of waifus, or they just throw on, like, I don't know, like a bunch of their favorite characters. And it just allows their alliance members to just find them, farm them with the most amount of points that they can get, and that way you're just building up as much as you possibly can. Now, take them when you see them. If you're ranking high, like if you see something like this, just take it. Like, even if it's worth a little bit less points, say you're rocking like 27-point fights, and you see one of these fights for like 21, 23 points, just take it. Like, you're getting so many good Super Pirate Rumble points that it's definitely worth it. Remember, you're getting 6 points with both Bizarro, Wolf, and S-Bear, so that's 18 extra points right there. You're getting 4 from the Giants and Shanks, so you're looking at 22 now, and then an extra 3 from your rare recruits, so you're looking around 25 extra points. Remember, if you see these types of fights and you have, like, I don't know, Garp, and you have the Sword Donnies, just throw them on the bench as well. There's so much room on this team too. Like, you have enough room for another legend. I think you have enough room for another 2 legends, to be honest. So you could easily just throw the Sword Donnies, just throw Garp on the bench, go in like that and just fight these types of teams, and that way you're getting like upwards of 27 points or something silly, which is probably the max that you could possibly get. I don't imagine you could probably get any more just because of cost restrictions. But 25 to 27 points, man, like that's a lot in this day and age for Super Pirate Rumble. Now, they are floating around everywhere, these types of teams. So if you see them, like I said, just take them. Like, I think this is only worth 23 points, where I was getting like 27 with some of the upper end fights, some of the harder fights. But it was definitely worth it taking these on just to try and get myself more points for my alliance with the Super Pirate Rumble rankings. So that's like the aim of the game when it comes to this. And look, Super Pirate Rumble is an amazing time to get a lot of good rewards. It's the best time to be spending your gems if you want to get stuff like Rumble tickets to level up stuff like your shrines, your gem tree, your meat rotisserie, all that kind of stuff over on Gather Island. Remember, with Grand Voyage being like so ridiculous with investments, having stuff like 180 Cotty Candy, having stuff like 180 HP and recovery definitely is a need when you are moving into the end game, when you want to try and do some of these very, very hard fights on release. Sure, look, you can wait till the power creep catches up and you don't have to worry about it too much, but having more cotton candy means more PvP strength. Having more gem tree means more gems just like by passing time, which allows you to do more summons. And then if you get your registry up, you can do more stuff with blitz battles and you can farm there. So I would recommend utilizing your stones when it comes, also your gems when it comes to the Super Pyro Rumble game mode, because you can just build up a lot of rewards not only in game but also over on the Super Pyro Rumble ranking as well. So like I said, if you see those teams, take them while you can. Like, you may as well. But I thought I would sort of mention that in the video because they are running around pretty much everywhere. But wrapping it up with the last fight, I did find this sort of like strengthy kind of build in the top 100. There is also like a shooter build I really wanted to showcase. I believe Boone is actually using it as well, which this particular team actually deals with pretty comfortably, and he's rank 1 at the moment, I believe. So shout out to my boy Boone. If I see you, I will be fighting you. So thank you very, very much. But this particular team is a bit of a risky one. Characters like Strength Luffy can be very, very problematic. Characters like S-Hawk, Nami Karina, Wano Law, as I said earlier, and then obviously Blackbeard, who have those crazy nerfing capabilities to take down most like slashers-driven powerhouse units as well. Another sort of comp that you want to try and avoid is something like Dex. Dex is really, really strong right now, especially with the new rare recruits in Wolf and Pizarro. If you see them on the team, stuff like Kaido's thrown in the mix. 6+ Lucci's usually there too, so just be careful of those teams, because those teams will most likely just mollywop you within that sort of mid-range, especially with Kaido coming in with a special at around that 50-second mark. So there's a lot of different variants in the top 100 this particular season, and if you guys want to see more, if you guys want to see just like an unedited version of me just slapping teams, just trying to like rank, let me know in the comment section below, because I'd be more than happy to do another one of these videos later on in the season when we're kind of like sort of at the back end of this particular championship, and sort of see how the defensive teams have sort of evolved and how this particular team is still sort of coping towards the back end. But if you guys do have these units and you are looking for a team, hopefully this team helps you guys out. It does work very, very nicely. Again, getting somewhere around 25 points is awesome. 24 to 25 points is really, really nice if you are using the Blackbeard comp or if you're using this comp. Just be very, very careful out there, because you do need to find a very nice balance between, like I said, getting wins and also getting points in the Super Pyro Rumble ranking. But like I said, hopefully this team helps you guys out. And if it does, make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are ranking this season. What's your rank? What are you going for? And how do you like to play PvP? And if you enjoy Super Pyro Rumble when it actually comes around. Because Super Pyro Rumble, man, like I said, it's a really good time to bolster your account and get a lot of resources. Most importantly, though, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's